little guy. Alright guys, so today we are going to be doing an oil change, but I mainly just kind of wanted to talk about my car. I want to talk about my 2000 Honda Prelude. I absolutely adore this car. And a lot of people are like, why? Why do you love your Prelude so much? And that's because two things. One, it's a Honda. Two, Japanese. And three, she's a shitbox. I just got this historic plate, Lude. I know it looks like it says Ludy. I should have done like L-U-U-D-E, Lude. But we got Lude with two E's. But I fucking love this car, man. Even with the rot, it's actually not that bad. I know this looks really scary and like, why don't you sand this down? I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to shit like that. We are on monster truck height, as you can see, but I got a quote. He would cut the quarters and then, I guess, fab in and Bondo and shit like that for about $1,000 on both sides, which is not bad. But as you can see, I mean, it's through and through here, so it's rotted out. But that's the only spot I have rust. Underneath is actually not that bad. Few things that I've done to this Prelude here. So I bought an Amazon fender. I actually eventually need to take it off just because I don't think it doesn't line up right. I don't think it's supposed to be snug like that, and the body lines aren't the best with it. So I need to like fuck with it a little bit, but it's not really a priority right now. So this came out of my Acura, my RSX. I bought it for the RSX, and I was like, why would I buy a new Broadway mirror when I can just put it in here? Because the Honda mirrors from the 90s, they fucking burn like no other. So it's fucked. We just hit 150,000 miles. So, which is why I'm really strict on oil changes. As you can see here, we're going back to the full synthetic max life high mileage oil, 5W30. I've thought about maybe going to 10W30. I don't know yet though, just because I do daily it. I can always do another oil change, of course, as time goes on. Because I've been driving the fuck out of this car. I've put, since ownership, almost 10,000 miles, which is pretty crazy to think about because honestly, the last 4,000 miles have been since I've been home from the Army, because I haven't really been able to enjoy this car fully, just because I was away, So it's pretty cool that I'm able to actually be home and like I'm able to see and work on this car and just do oil changes, just have fun with this car. I fucking love the Prelude over my Camaro, and I don't know why. I think I'm just a Honda guy at the end of the day. I can appreciate Honda's like craftsmanship so much, even as simple as like the HVAC, and like I still have a single DIN fucking aux cord. Like, I'm never changing how this car is. I will never put a Bluetooth CarPlay. I don't give a fuck about that. But eventually, I would like to get a different boot. I just don't really know what I want to do yet. This is actually from my 2000 Honda Tornio Euro R, which is the JDM Euro R motor that everyone swaps into these Preludes. Or people just, if they H22 swap, it's an H22A7, so it's a little bit different variant of this motor. Also, for the tint, it's a little dark. We're on 15.5 in the rear, and then up here, we are at 5 on the brow and 40 on the windshield. I find great joy in looking at this shitbox Honda, dude. With the monster truck ride height, with it all. I adore this car. And before further ado, she's got some dents. I paid $1,500 for this Prelude. $1,500 in 2020. I was like, Mom, I know you're really not going to like me. Because at this point, I was about to leave for the Army, right? I was like, Mom, I just found a car from my friend Trent, which, shout out Trent. I don't think he watches on this channel anyway. Me and him kind of fell out, sadly. We don't really talk. We don't really talk anymore just because, he has a family now and people kind of just grow apart sometimes. It kind of just happens, right? Trent hit me up. He's like, hey, man, I actually have my coworker, I think it was his manager at the time. He was like, yeah, my manager is going to be selling his Prelude, and I know you've been looking for a manual, because at the time, I started kind of getting more into cars and like really appreciating manuals specifically, because I had a 2001 Nissan Xterra. Great car, by the way. I wouldn't have sold it if I had the choice, but I didn't have the choice because I didn't have anywhere to store it, and I had to sell it. I sold it for $3,700. I think it's about 5 years ago now. I hope that car's even running. Hey, I might be in the junkyard. It's in Illinois somewhere. So, yeah, and then I picked this puppy up for $1,500, and I have had to do some repairs. And the repairs, like me and my friend Dylan, we did that. I mean, because he said a shop would have charged, I think, $100 or something. I was like, that's fucking crazy. So yeah, we did that, and this one needs to be done eventually, but I am kind of nervous because of this guy right here, or down here anyway. There's a spot where I don't know if we cut the wire, I don't know if it's gonna fucking fit, like if it's gonna be long enough, because this is like barely reaching as is. So I'm kind of nervous about that, but not worried about it right now. It works, right? The reason why we had to replace this was because this guy stripped out and it completely snapped off, and I was like, dude, I'm fucked. I have to get a fucking replacement. But it was super easy to do. And now that I've done it, I know how to do it. Because cars is weird, you know? Like, I've always loved cars, but I don't have a lot of experience doing it myself. But we also did my spark plugs. I think that was in 2022 when I was home. Power steering pump was done by Honda because I thought my ATTS module was leaking. But they didn't even bother to replace, like, the hoses, bro. And that's fucking... Is that supposed to be that hard? There's no way that's normal. I don't know what a normal power steering pump line feels like, but that's hard as a fucking rock. So that's not good. Look how easy this fucking air filter is, man. Can't tell you how many times I did this at Valvoline. Too many to count. Too many to fucking count. Looks perfectly healthy, actually. A little bit of dirt. I mean, fuck, that's fucking brand new, man. Valvoline, they'd try to upsell you on that. I'm not even kidding. I used to work for them. But, yeah, I mean, little tiny fucking cube of dirt. So, not worried about that at all. Yeah, original airbox. I feel like Hondas, in this day and age, you don't even see them with the original airbox anymore. But I actually had a Spectre R. I'm going to end up selling it. I just don't want to go that route anymore. She needs coilovers. And, yeah, I'm going to wait because I have True Hearts, and I don't want to put those on anymore. I have grown. I believe this is a cruise control module. I know a lot of people end up deleting this. So, yeah, some other things that I've done over the years. I need to delete this. I know it looks fucking terrible. It used to be wired for a sub, and I don't think it is anymore. I do have some rust back here, too. Like I said, she's been a Midwest car, man. That's the shitty part. So, like, a lot of these mounts are going to be at least surface rust, you know what I mean? Motor mounts have seen better days as well. This is probably my worst rust in here. I don't even want to look at this. I don't want to touch it because that is I believe my clutch fluid reservoir, because that's the brake fluid, right? Dude, I don't even want to look at it. And you know what I did? I had a sock over it. I think what ended up happening was the sock ended up trapping moisture when I was away, and then it fucking did that. And yeah, with this motor, I'm literally running this until it blows up. I have no desire to do anything else to this car than to leave it as is under the hood. Obviously, maintenance. And, you know, of course, I'd like to get DC sport headers or something, you know. I'd love to get new motor mounts. It's just not the time, because this is my daily driver right now. And I want to keep it as reliable as possible. I do want to lower it soon. I love this car, man. Even with my cracked-ass bumper, which I do have one in the making right now. My friend Jack works in fucking body work, and he is restoring one of my bumpers. So I got it from a junkyard in Florida when I was there for a little bit. Took it all the way home, and things they had on it says Prelude here because it's a base model bumper. And then, yeah, I mean, obviously it's not going to have all this damage, but I'm going to keep the OEM lip Under here, I'm gonna keep this guy just in case I want to run the OEM lip. And then I'm gonna try to sell this bumper. They are very hard to come by, and I think it's repairable. I'm not a body guy, you know. I don't know if that is repairable, because to me, this tells me it's not. Only because it is cracked through and through. But yeah, it has the fucking St. Louis Honda. Here's some imperfections. This piece is really rare from what I've been researching. That's the biggest downfall of the Honda Prelude is the parts. I mean, fuck, dude, it took me 5 years to source a rear bumper because I wasn't gonna pay $500. And before, right back in like 2020, you could still source these from Japan, but now I don't think you can anymore. So yeah, because I remember looking and I was like, they don't even have it for sale anymore. Paint's completely gone up here, and I think she was an outside car her whole life, at least in the Midwest here. I know it's dirty, but it's faded up here a little bit. And obviously I did all this because when I bought the car, had a massive dent here. Probably replaceable, you know, probably shouldn't have gotten a whole new fender for that, but can't go back in time, so gotta make do. I got the OEM style lip pretty recently, I mean the last few years, and then the bumper as well, because the bumper was also very damaged. You can see that right there is so bad. It just happened recently, and it's been leaking for a long time, and I think it finally fucking caved in. But yeah, once this motor blows, bro, I'm literally just gonna wait it out and get a new motor. I'm keeping this thing forever and ever. Why? I don't know. But yeah, it doesn't look terrible under here. It definitely looks worse on camera. I mean, it's not any better in person, but yeah. Yeah, anyways, it might be a little bit till this video goes up. I got some other videos and content to edit for the bike. Just trying to get a little bit ahead on videos here, and yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up here for my 2000 Honda Prelude Type SH. But yeah, I mean, long story short here, I want to kind of start documenting my journey with the cars, and I need to do this oil change. It's been sitting for probably 30 minutes now, 45 minutes. Should be all right to do the oil change. And just kind of want to document stages of my life. I don't ever want to be a car YouTuber or bike YouTuber. You know, if it happens naturally, I'd be okay with that. But I've done content for so long with like the gaming stuff. I mean, I've been doing it over 10 years now. I guess if you have any questions about the Prelude, or if you want to see content with it, I just don't know what I would do. I'm not just gonna drive around aimlessly, you know what I mean? But I need to get this oil change knocked out. I don't think anyone really wants to watch something like that. So yeah, I will catch you guys on the flip, and expect bike content soon, because I am wanting to get more into that as well. I have a lot of videos recorded, I just haven't gone through them yet. So yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.